Not perfect, but worth it. No, I looked up and it was August. People are gonna respect me regardless, or not respect me regardless. But like either way it goes, I'm gonna be successful. So period. We're human. We're gonna have fear, but I can't act on fear. I had to act on faith. Hey y'all, it's Kim with a K coming back to you guys with another video. So today's video is a Q&A. I feel like I haven't done like an all-in-one Q&A. It's either like focused on career, business, etc. But let's get into today's tea. So for those that do not know, first off, my hair is giving body. Period. Anyway, first off, hello, I'm Cameron with a K, Cameron Monet. If you don't know, I am a licensed attorney, content creator, YouTuber, and entrepreneur, as well as an influencer marketing consultant. With my attorney and consultant hat, I help other influencers and creators navigate the whole influencer marketing space, whether it's with brand deals or agencies and management and all the things. Heavily focused on contracts, but I also help with a few other things as well. So definitely check out my services. I will leave that in the caption below. If you're a lawyer, hey girl, and you want to do something similar to what I'm doing, whether it's the lawyer influencer aspect or helping other influencers with contracts and with brand deals and that kind of thing, I do have a course called the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator. We're launching part 2, course 2. We did the first one at the beginning of the year as like a little test and it went really well, so we're running it back for the fall. So I will leave information on that in the description box as well. But enough about that, child, because I know y'all are here for the tea. Chai tea. So I will be looking to the side because I have my laptop for the questions that y'all asked me on my community tab. If you don't know, there's a community tab, y'all, where I ask y'all questions, I poll, I give you updates. Like, definitely make sure you guys check there. And then Instagram, I'm always on there updating. I'm also on TikTok, so that's where you can find me when I'm not on YouTube. Y'all asked me a lot of very good questions, very good. Okay, so I'm gonna just pin my hair back like this so it's out the way. And this is actually day, I've been washing my hair like weekly because it just works because I work out about 3 to 4 times a week. So let's say I washed my hair, what, was that Sunday? Or Monday? So this is day 4 here after working out 3 times. So dry shampoo before you work out, y'all, major key. If the lighting is weird, sorry, I was trying to like get a different angle, but child, y'all be alright. Y'all just here for the tea. Okay, so first things first, I will leave all the products down below because this video isn't focused on products. I am no makeup guru, baby, okay? I do what I can. That's what I do. But I love the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It is the GOAT. Okay, primer is on. Skin is looking pretty good. Not perfect, but worth it. No, what? Somebody asked, was your mom a single mom? Yes, my mom was a single mom and I'm an only child. So that's my girl. We're basically like best friends. Love her. I love our relationship. I'm so grateful and thankful for the relationship that we do have. Let's see. Any future solo travels planned? Yes, I'm going to New York. Also, I am trying to decide if I want to go back to 30A. I want to do another beach trip. Like, me and Catherine went earlier in this year and it was so much fun. I got back into my reading bag. Like, it just was so refreshing. Sorry, I'm looking for I should have set everything out. I'm looking for my eyebrow. Here it is. It was just so refreshing. So I'm looking to like either do like a 30A or like Cabo or something. I've been to Cabo and 30A. So, but Cabo sounds amazing. I was thinking about doing that for my birthday, but me and my gang, me and my crew, my creator crew, I think we're gonna do New York Fashion Week in September. So, which is like, my birthday's the 7th and Fashion Week is like the 8th through the 14th or something like that. So yeah, right now in New York, I'm probably gonna go to Miami again. If you guys haven't seen my solo Miami vlog, it was so much fun because I have a new hire that's there. So any excuse for me to go back to Miami, I am there, period. So definitely think about Miami for a solo trip. Speaking of solo travels, where is one place you'd love to take a solo vacation to? I guess Cabo, I just said that, but I've been there before. LA, I'm trying to go to LA too. That would be a solo trip. What's one place I would love to solo travel to? Low-key, I want to go to Paris, but I don't know if I want to do that solo. I would love that as like a romantic trip with a bae that I don't have. Okay. Let's see. Oh, people asking questions. We'll get to those in a second. What are you currently reading, watching, and listening to? Oh, this is a good one. So, reading, I'm actually reading, where is it at? 7 Husbands by Evelyn. I don't even have the book next to me, but I'll pop it up on the screen. I'm really, really enjoying this book. I've been on a Colleen Hoover kick lately. Like, I've been really enjoying her books, but I was like, you know what, let me give Colleen a little break. Okay, let me give her a break. And so far, the book I'm currently reading is really good. Watching, I just finished, it's called Keep Breathing. It's like a limited series on Netflix. It was really good. Also, Umbrella Academy, I just finished. Yeah, so I'm currently not watching anything new. And then listening to, I have been tuned into editing. Cameron here. I can't believe I forgot to mention I'm listening to Beyonce's album over and over, Renaissance, on repeat, okay? A couple podcasts lately. I really like Diary of a CEO. I was just listening to Ali Abdul's podcast, and then Catherine Manning and her sister Patricia. I don't know her husband's last name. Patricia. Basically Catherine's sister, Patricia. But they have a podcast. So I've been kind of listening to those three in rotation, and a few other selected ones every once in a while. So that's kind of what I'm listening to. And then aside from that, YouTube videos. One thing about me is I love to watch a podcast. Ooh. Pretty Basic with Alicia Marie and Remy. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by your success and acceleration on your life? Yes. I feel like for the past few weekly vlogs, if you guys have been caught up, like I've just been feeling like this sense of uncomfortability, which I'm like, that means growth is either here or it's coming. It's like the preparation, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like I was feeling a little comfortable. Like I was like kind of coasting, not really putting in like a ton of work. Like maybe it looked like, which I'm like, okay, cool. It looked like I was doing a lot, like a lot of behind the scenes. And like I've been doing a good bit, but not like to the level that I usually do. So like the amount of money I'm making, I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I found my rhythm with that. But like in order to reach my like revenue goal, I'm gonna have to amp it up and get uncomfortable. And I was just like, well, it'll be fine. I have time. Then I looked up and it was August. Anybody else? I looked up and it was August. I like opened my eyes one day, my alarm went off, and it was August. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Over half the year is gone and I've been coasting. So yeah, to answer the question of have I felt a little overwhelmed? Absolutely. And more of just like, I need to put a little bit more pep in my step if I want to reach the goals. And if I don't, like fine, I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. But I definitely wanna be like, well, I gave it a good shot, you know what I'm saying? And still balancing like self-care, self-love, and like routines and spending time with family and friends. Like I don't want to just only be working, but I do think there's seasons where it's like, hey, I have to prioritize, you know, this and the third. And I'm in a position where I could do that. I don't have to prioritize anybody, period, but me and what I want to prioritize right now. I'm going into my last year of my 20s, like I'm about to be 29 in September, and it's just like it's giving me season, very much me season. Brows are done. Okay, so I was gonna do a little bit of foundation, but I'm just like, it's so hot outside. Why didn't you go into big law? Didn't have the grades. And I had a conversation with like a big law firm in Birmingham after my first year, and they were like, why didn't you ever apply? And I was like, well, I didn't have the grades. They were like, if you would have applied and networked with us, we would have gave you the opportunity. And I know if I get an opportunity, I'm gonna show up. I can put in the work to get the job done. I don't care. The grades to me is like a metric that sometimes doesn't equal you actually can practice law, or doesn't equal, oh, you are a good person or you're intelligent, etc. Numbers don't always equal what they seem, right? And take that as what you may, even with followings. Okay, let's side rant. Because just because you see somebody that has a lot of followers doesn't automatically give them credibility and status and intellect and academics and etc. in whatever they're claiming to be an expert in. I'm gonna just throw that out there. No shade, no tea. That's just what I'm noticing. It's like numbers, for some reason, especially with social media, it puts people in positions that they probably shouldn't be in just because they have the numbers. But like, do they even know what they're talking about? You know what I'm saying? And some people, you know, they say that about me because they're like, oh, she never worked in big law, or she's still a baby lawyer. Like, okay, but the fact of the matter is I've been a creator at heart for my whole life, and I've been on social media since 2014. So one thing you cannot take away from me is my credibility, because I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm in the game with my creators that I'm helping. I don't have to speak from the outside. I'm speaking from, we running this race together, and I'm just spilling the tea as we run it, period. So anyway, I say all that to say, I didn't do big law because that was never my goal. My goal wasn't even to be a lawyer, right? So it's a hierarchy in a lot of law firms. I don't like the politics of it, if I'm gonna be honest. So that's just where that is. But I always tell law students, and if I would have gotten the opportunity to work in big law, I would have taken it, but knowing that I wasn't gonna stay that long, unless by some miracle it was like this phenomenal experience, but it would have just been to rack up the money to save, right? And I think that there's nothing wrong with that, but that was never like my life goal to be like in big law. But I think it's a great opportunity for people that get it, right? Do I know anyone that was in law school with a disability? Yes. People come in all shapes, forms, sizes, races, experiences, knowledge levels, etc. in law school. There's not like this cookie cutter person in law school. I think we all have like what we think like the cookie cutter person is, and that's what I thought too, which is why law school was never really on my radar. I feel like, I never really saw somebody that I thought was, similar to me or I could relate to, etc. Which also like is why I started sharing my law school experience on my YouTube channel. Because if you've been here, y'all know like it was affordable wig series, period. I was a wig girl. And then I was like, you know what, right now in my life, that's not priority. I'm not really wearing wigs. Child, my hair is in a bun because I'm studying. So I've kind of just brought my social media along with me through my journey of life. Law students come in all different shapes, forms, and experiences for sure. So don't let a disability or don't let anything hold you back. If your dream is to go to law school, do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Because we need diversity in the legal field. You have an experience that, let's say you want to, do disability law. You have a personal experience where you can relate to your clients at such an exceptional level where I won't be able to do that because I don't have a disability, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a parent that does, so I can relate on that level. But there's things that we all experience and go through that help us relate in our professions and in life. So don't think like that's a hindrance. Sometimes that is the thing that's going to set you apart, that's going to get you that opportunity. Do you think being an only child made you more or less confident as you became an adult? Ooh, I would say more confident. But as I get older, there are some things that I'm thinking of now that would be really nice to have a sibling. There's some like experiences that, we all have in our family that nobody will really get unless they're in the family. You could tell your friends and maybe they can relate, but like it would be nice to have a sibling if, we were not, because I know some people that they don't even talk to their siblings. So it would be nice to have a sibling that we had a good, healthy relationship with, that I had a good, healthy relationship with, that I could, vent about stuff or talk or, rely on them about, or just always have somebody that, hey, we're blood, we're family, kind of thing. Especially, as parents get older, I think about like all that's going to fall on me when it comes to, the cycle of life. That can be scary as an only child. Like it's a lot of pressure as an only child because I'm responsible, for everything. So I think it definitely made me grow up a lot. But I think some of that also is like I had different life experiences that also made me mature quicker than, I might not have wanted to, but we all have different experiences in life that mold and shift us and create us to be the person that we are. So I would never change anything, but yeah, I definitely think it has given me more confidence as an adult because I had to. I couldn't lean on nobody else. It was like if somebody's talking stuff about me in school, I didn't have a sibling to be like, oh, my big brother or my sister or whoever is gonna come at you. It was like it's me versus me. So I had to like, protect my own, bro. I love this blush from Rare Beauty. It is amazing. It is amazing. Okay. Do you want to buy investment property in Michigan? That's a specific location. Not necessarily. I would like to buy investment property at some point in my life. I just don't think I'm there. I'm not knowledgeable about that yet. I don't know necessarily in Michigan unless it was like buying my mama a house if she just wanted to stay in Michigan. But I would love to like be able to, retire my mom kind of thing at some point. Again, only child, a lot of pressure, but I would love to do it because I love her. Would you consider moving and taking the bar in another state? If so, which one? No. I'm not against moving, and I just don't see me taking another bar exam. I really just don't. I'm sorry. One, I don't really do a lot of traditional, I'm not practicing a ton. And when I do, it's all local Alabama, and I'm cool with that. Like, I'm a consultant, and I do that on purpose because there's so many, it's just, I could pro hoc into another state. So what that means is if I had to take a case that's in another state, I'm so thankful and blessed to be connected to so many lawyers across the country that they could basically, it's like a lawyer treating me as a sponsor in that state as long as I'm in good standing, which I am in Alabama. And I could take the case. I just have to get a judge's approval. And I haven't been in anything crazy. My record is clean as far as legally and personally and all that. So I just have to request like a pro hoc vice. I think that vice, however people use it. Everything's like Latin and it's annoying. It's like, bro, I can barely understand English. Like, why do lawyers have to use these Latin? And like, legally, it's annoying. But yeah, I would just fill out the paperwork and find an attorney in the area that I know, like, and trust to sponsor me and take the case. So it's really not needed unless I was like, again, relocating like you said, and I'm going to be permanently in that state. But yeah, I don't plan on moving anytime soon. I like Birmingham as a base place, period. I just think it's a really good place to be. And speaking of this, somebody had asked me a while ago about, because I know I was talking about waving into New York, all this stuff, and I really was doing it because I felt like being an Alabama lawyer made me less respected in the legal community in the industry I'm in. And there's still parts of me that is like, dang, I should have did it, but now I'm like past the deadline and stuff like that. But yeah, I felt like I wasn't doing it for the right reasons. So I was like, you know what, you're just trying to do it to prove that you're credible, and you're already credible in the industry. You do not have to be a New York or California or whatever lawyer just to be in the rooms. You can be another lawyer and they can bring you in. You don't have to be a New York lawyer to work on a case, to be relevant to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to like a legal conference in New York, and it's like, I can still go to these things and I don't have to be a New York lawyer. People are going to respect me regardless, or not respect me regardless, right? Like, if someone isn't going to respect me, they're not going to automatically respect me a little bit more. Like, they might, because the legal profession is just crazy. But just because I have New York lawyer and I'm paying these extra fees to be licensed in 2 states, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And I feel like there is this thing in the legal community, or just in any industry, where it's like trying to one up, or like, I'm double barred, but it's like, if I don't have to be double barred, I could just hire a lawyer in that state that is licensed there if I have to. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of energy I want to bring. The lawyer that I hired recently, she'll be a Florida lawyer. Fingers crossed, Lord, she passed the bar, which I know she will. Okay, in Jesus' name. But I could just outsource those things. I don't have to be the only one doing the work in my business. Delegating is a major key, and that's something that it took time. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It took time for me to really understand that I don't have to be the one doing it in order for something to be successful, or for me to be successful. I don't have to be the one actually doing it. I don't have to always be in my business to run the business. Oh, period. All right, but I'm not against moving. I'm just, right now, Birmingham is just really treating me well, and like, why would I go anywhere? Oh, another question. Let's see. Everybody's asking me, do you see me moving to another state? Why should you see? Why would I move? Like, y'all just don't know how amazing Birmingham is. Like, cost of living is cheaper. It's like, I could always just travel somewhere. I don't know. That's where I am right now. Will it change? Maybe. But what's your favorite food? I'm a foodie. Really, I love all types of food. My favorite dessert is brownies, though. No peanuts, chocolate chips, dark chocolate. Usually if I go out, I'm gonna get a steak or a salmon. So maybe steak or salmon. Yeah, maybe steak or salmon. What's your favorite form of self-care? Ooh, a long hot hot shower. Moisturize my body, grab a book and a robe, and read. Another favorite form is working out. Like, especially like a workout class at True 40, because like I'm not texting. No one has access to me. Like, I'm working out. Like, I love it. I love it. What is a goal that you don't mind sharing that you would like to achieve professionally and personally, no matter how long it takes? Personal goal, I would like to, I kind of mentioned earlier, I would like to retire my mom. It's a personal goal. I feel like that's a personal goal. Yeah. Also, I would like financial freedom. So if I want to travel today, I could go. Like, bye, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Like, I want to be able to have the flexibility to do that. I also have like this weird odd goal. I would love to like surprise all of my friends, like I would give them like I don't know, like an email or something that's like, hey, we're going to so and so, and like pay for the trip for everybody. I don't know, something about, and I probably get that from my grandmother, like R.I.P. love her, because she did that with my family. Like, so there's a part of me that I would love to just give back to the people that have poured into me, you know, and that I have been here, you know, for a long duration of time. Professional goal. I'm learning to not tell all my business. Because one thing about me I don't mind sharing, like, but I'm trying to not do too much. So a professional goal would be, you know, I've said this before, so I can say this one, would be to have a TED Talk. I don't know what it's going to be on. I love speaking. I love being on stage. So it would be to have a TED Talk. I would love that. I'm just warming up my face a little bit. Do you think you will work for a law firm again if you decide to want to pursue being a full-time lawyer? I never say never, but the closest thing I would do to working for a law firm again is to be a contract attorney or of counsel, where basically I'm not working for the firm, like they're just one of my clients, if that makes sense. So like that would be the closest thing. I don't see me ever working a traditional law firm again, in a law firm setting again. I'm not against it. Like if it happens and I'm called to it, or God is like, Cameron, well, that'll do it, I'm more than willing. I'm not, that was like a fear when I first quit, like, oh my God, what if I have to go back? And like, what if I do? So what? I'm a lawyer, like who cares? Like what if I do? It doesn't mean I failed, it means I tried. I tried and like, hey, maybe I have to go back to something more traditional. But like either way it goes, I'm gonna be successful, so period. What type of law did you write your personal statement on for law school? I didn't write a type of law. I talked about my experience in theater and performing arts, and how I connected to the feeling of being in the courtroom when I did mock trial, and how I love being on stage, and how the skills that I learned in theater and performance, such as persuasive, reading, writing, thinking on my feet, all those things helped me when I did mock trial in undergrad, which I think will also help me in law school. That was like generally what I wrote my personal statement on. Did you end up practicing that type of law? No, I did think I was gonna do criminal law at some point because I did minor in criminology in undergrad. My major was political science. So I thought criminal law, loved criminal law, clerked at the district attorney's office 2 summers, but I decided to go with employment litigation, and I love employment law. Let's see, if you could do it all over again, would you still go to law school? Absolutely, debt and all. There's a law school that offered me a full ride. The thing with full rides though, like if it was an accredited law school, but barely, like, so it was like, I'd have to pretty much stay in that state kind of thing, at least for a few years, da, 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 da. So I didn't do it. So would I go back and choose the full ride? You know what, I wouldn't change anything, because if you change something, it could be a whole different experience, child. So I still wouldn't change anything. Do you see yourself expanding? I was listening to a podcast this morning, actually. I realized like, expanding can look different. When I first thought about like, okay, I'm gonna expand, I'm thinking I need more employees and da-da-da, but it's like that just adds a level of like, almost, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but like responsibility that I don't really need, right? Like if I'm trying to hit a money goal or whatever, like I don't need to keep paying people. What if I just have like a handful of amazing people that work for me, and like we're all experts in our relevant areas in the business, and we just grow like that. Anything else we outsource, but we're still making a good revenue. We're still making impact and providing value and all of those things to our clients. I don't have to have a team of 60 to make $1 million, but I do need a solid team, right? I need more than me to do that. So that's what I've been thinking about a lot lately. Like I don't need to add more people or add more services. I need to perfect the services that I have. And I've also, I guess this kind of goes to professional goal. I want to be like the #1 attorney known for creating more attorneys and legal consultants and consultants in the influencer marketing industry. So with the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator, I don't know of any. I'm not saying they're not out there, because I hear people do that. It's like, I know somebody, but like, I personally don't know. Y'all let me know. I don't know of any lawyers that are navigating the influencer marketing space that are actually influencers that are teaching other lawyers of how to get in this industry as an influencer and how to help influencers. I don't know what's out there. So that right now is like, okay, I think that's like my creme de la creme. That's gonna be like my, what somebody say, like what I'm known for, like my legacy business, right? I think that's where it is, where I need to really kind of focus and like tune in on that. So the Lawyer Influence Accelerator, Leah, keep your ear out, because that's gonna be the one, okay? So, but with that, it's like, I'm also kind of rushing because I'm meeting my externs for lunch in about 30 minutes. But anyway, so what was the question? Oh, expanding. So I do see myself expanding, because my goal is that TED Talk. My goal is to be verified. All these kind of like vanity metric type goals. Of course, I want the following and all that too, but I want to make sure when I get that following, it's for something that I truly am, and I want to continue to grow in, and I want to continue to launch services in, and I want to continue to talk about and get speaking opportunities for, and all those kind of things. It's so many I don't know, whenever I think of like posting online, I always tell my clients and just tell anybody that asks me, it's like whenever you post online, that could potentially go viral and that could be what you're known for. So I've been doing a lot of like just being more particular about what I post, how I post, and things like that, and what I'm saying. Not that I'm like shielding, because y'all not keeping it 100, especially on YouTube, it's free game. No, but things like that, just to make sure that I'm aligning my life, myself with my life goals and my career goals. So yeah, well, this is gonna be a long video. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna do another chit chat. It's so many good questions in here. How do you deal with feelings of loneliness? I don't really feel lonely. I don't really feel lonely. I don't know if it's because like I'm only child. I really love my me time. I'm an extroverted introvert. So like when I'm outside and talkative, and hey, I can kiki with but I gotta go home to re-up. Like I got to recharge. So I love spending time alone. And although I'm alone, it doesn't mean I'm lonely. Like I don't think I've ever felt lonely. Well, I've had moments of feeling lonely, but it's like usually, trigger warning, I'm about to talk about mental health. It's usually like because of a depressive episode, or like I'm feeling anxious about something and things like that. And I'm not just using the word depression in like a lighter sense. I've been diagnosed. So, okay. So it's usually around that where it's really not like I'm actually feeling lonely. It's just a mental illness. I think something that isn't in reality. It's hard to explain. It sounds like something you can't understand if you haven't been through it. So there's a sense of loneliness in those moments, but overall I've never felt like, oh, I'm lonely, or I'm lonely, I'm bored. Like, I don't know how people be like, they're bored. How are you bored? Girl, ask me if you need something to do, because child, one thing about it. So I'm not the person but I also think maybe that's the only child thing. Like I've always just entertained myself, or had a great imagination, or I would write plays, or like read books, or like go outside and act like I was like a spy kid. Like I just had such a broad imagination, and I still do now, and I'm thankful for that. So I never like felt lonely. So, but if you do feel lonely, journal and figure out what would help combat that. Is it because you're so used to always being around people that you're uncomfortable in your own space? Then that's something you need to work through, right? It's not like, if you're lonely, go be with people, because you should have a sense of comfort and acceptance and just like being okay when there is nobody around, right? Like that is a beautiful place to be. That's why I love self-care, self-love, solo dates, and I will always do solo dates, whether I'm married, with kids, whatever. It gives me a level of confidence, and I feel empowered, and just time to be and like think my own thoughts without other people's opinions, or me shape-shifting, or adapting to an environment that you need to adapt to some situations, but like being in your own energy and loving just like that is a skill and is a privilege. So if you're feeling lonely, I say like lean into it. Just spend more time with yourself and figure out where is it coming from. Therapy, I use BetterHelp, y'all know that. I love these kind of sit down chit chat videos. I love a little talking. Okay. Y'all talking about relationship stuff. I'm not comfortable yet diving into more about my previous relationship, but no, we've been broken up for over 5 months, so it's not like it's new. But somebody asked, did you break up with your boyfriend? I'm single. If you haven't seen my solo date night video, watch it. But it was nothing bad. I don't hate him. We still cool. It's like just timing, life timing, like timing. What do you love most and least about being an entrepreneur? It's kind of the same thing, the money. The most part is because there's no ceiling. I can make as much as I want, The least part is about the money because it's not consistent. And coming from a salary position where it's like I get the same amount, whether that's annoying or not, it's still a consistency thing. Another least part I would say is having to make all the decisions, which also could be a pro too. A lot of the like cons of entrepreneurship are also the pros. So it's like, having to figure out how to delegate, but at least I can delegate. Or it's like, having to make all the decisions, but at least I do get to make the decisions because I can accept clients that I actually want to work with. Things like that. So it's kind of like a give and a take. It's definitely a give and a take. Do we like the way the makeup is coming? Very much. No makeup. Mascara. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that helps. But sometimes I'd say in the beginning of entrepreneurship, it was the trying to find structure. Because I was so used to like, okay, if I had to be at the office at this time, I had to get up this time. But like entrepreneurship, you could get up whatever you want. You could do what you want, but your work got to get done. If you're not working, your business isn't making money. When you work for somebody else, they give you a list of tasks, you complete them, you get your check. Entrepreneurship, the task is not like a task list for like that's it and then you're done. It's an ongoing task list, especially as the CEO. It's like you're constantly trying to think of how you can elevate the business and grow the business and expand the business and continue to make money for the business. And do you need to hire somebody? And how are your current hires? Are you being a great leader? Are you being a great boss? Are you being a great CEO? Is your contractor sick? Is it their birthday? Do you want to send them something? How can we, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to think of when you are running the business and in the business. Finances, accounting, setting up a retirement plan, payroll, externs, interns, marketing, advertising, promoting your services, expanding your services, changing your services, updating your clients, checking on your clients, getting new clients, following up with old clients. It's a lot. Checking on payments, making sure payments go through, checking on business expenses, monthly reports with your accountant, quarterly reports with your accountant. Taxes, baby, let me tell you. Child. That's why I'm like, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. The freedom, you know what, I'll take the best part about entrepreneurship is the freedom and the flexibility. But you know, that also comes with a whole bunch of stuff. But the freedom is irreplaceable, but people look at the freedom and forget all the other stuff, right? Like, I love that I'm like, I could take a trip whenever I want and I could work, you know, for the most part, whenever. But I'm not all the way there in my entrepreneurship, and we're about to go into a busy season, so it's like I have to sacrifice too. But still, I don't have to ask for time off, right? Like, I can start my day whenever, etc. Like, I can pretty much do whatever. There was a day where I had like a really bad mental health day. It was a Monday, and I was like, you know what, today's mental health Monday, everybody take off. Like, boom, I'm not working. And also, I have an amazing operations manager who I trust with my business when I'm not able to be in it. I trust that she's gonna be able to respond to the emails and handle things and make sure automations are getting sent out and we're up to date, and she's gonna provide me a list when I get back and I'm able to, you know, be mentally there and present. You know, she is almost as invested in my business as I am. She trusts my vision, I trust her. She trusts me. She's excited about new things. Like, that's hard to find in a contractor and anybody working for your business. And she has been a light for sure in the business. So, love her. Hey, Joshua, girl. But seriously, I mean, I've hired so many people and like, she has been my best hire so far. So, everybody else, it's a very high standard. Y'all gotta work up to, because one thing about Joshua, and she shows initiative. She has learned the business. She's learned me. She studied me before reaching out. Like, she was just invested. So I appreciate that. She's also willing to be like, nah, Cameron, that don't make sense. Like, check me, please, because I don't know everything. I could talk like I do, okay? Because one thing about it is I'm persuasive. But I would never talk about something like on here. I would never like give guidance if I don't know. Like, if you ever done a clarity call with me, you ask me something I don't know. One thing about it is I'm saying I don't know, because I don't want to misguide somebody. But like, when I'm thinking about like a business idea, she'll be like, Cameron, you keep saying you could do that in a month. There's no way. We need to move that to next month. Or we need to move that to next year. She will get me in line. So what keeps you going and motivated? The fact that I can pay my bills with doing something I love. Like, it's something about that even on days where I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, I want to get out of bed, I'm like, you get to get up every day. I'm not about to cry because I just did my makeup, but I get to get up every day and do something I love. Work towards something I love. Have the flexibility in my schedule to do something I love and get paid for it and pay my bills with it. Yes, I have money goals, but at the end of the day, the fact that I can pay my bills and hell, now pay other people, doing something I love, a non-traditional career, it's irreplaceable. I don't care what nobody says. It's amazing. But again, it comes with, you know, pros and cons as well. This is what we're giving right now. Oh, this is gonna be a long video. Oh my God, it's been 43 minutes. Child, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. Okay, let's see. As someone born around the same time, how do you not let fear grip you when you decided to leave your 9 to 5? Y'all gotta watch my quit video. I'm gonna do an updated like where I'm at in life video on my 2-year anniversary. But long story short, I wrote down all of my fears, the worst that could happen, and what I could do to solve them. And usually it was money related, or like I had to go back. If I had to go back, so be it. Money related, I had 6 months saved. It ended up being 3 because some stuff happened and I had to pay stuff out of pocket and my car shut down, I had to get a new car, a whole bunch of stuff like that. but I saved. So it was like, Cameron, you have at least, at the time, you have at least 6 months where it's like, you have more than enough to pay your bills and live the lifestyle you're currently living. If nothing happens, if you make no money in the next 3 months, you can always find another job. I'm a lawyer, so part of it is like, I had a fallback. I still always will have a fallback because I'm a licensed attorney with good standing in the bar. I am well connected in in my industry. Like, I have a good network. So even if it was like I have to take some odd jobs or have to be court appointed, whatever, like, I have the ability to do so. Fear and faith cannot be in the same room. If I'm saying I have faith and I trust in God that he's going to guide me, I cannot be fearful. I can't act on fear. We're human. We're going to have fear, but I can't act on fear. I had to act on faith. Also, I had an amazing support system, and I still do. If something really hit the ground, I have family and friends that I know with 100% certainty, with no doubt in my mind, that they would look out for me. I'm getting emotional because it wasn't always like that in my life. Like, I didn't always have a great community. I didn't always have great friends. And now I do. It's so amazing. I just feel so in alignment with a lot of things. And that is a privilege and a blessing in itself. Ooh. Even shoot, I got friends that we so close, their family would probably look out for me. So it was like this, it was an irrational fear. That I had to just sit back and was like, I trust myself and I trust my skills and I can do this. I can do this. Also, I had already had brand partnerships lined up. Quitting fourth quarter was probably smart because I made the most money. I hit my first 5-figure month. Like, I think it was, that like 2 months after I quit. September, October. 3 months after I quit. And the other months of the 4 figures were already more than I was making as an attorney. So I really had this irrational fear. It was more of like tying my name to the status of associate attorney. Like, I did the whole traditional thing. I went to law school. I got the job before I graduated. I graduated, I passed the bar the first time. I started working at the law firm downtown. It's beautiful. And it was like, that part of it was the hardest part. Like, stripping myself from this identity that I created with my career. Because we all do it. We all do it. And we're so much more than our career. You are so much more than your career. From the titles that you have. And it's like, no shade. It's like, it's great to be a daughter. You know, it's great to be a girlfriend. I'm not. I'm single. Very much single. So, but I'm saying all of these titles that we attach is great. But who are we at the root? I am just Cameron sometimes. And just Cameron, I trust her. I know, like, trust her. I hear her. I trust in my skills and my abilities. I'm ambitious. I'm driven. I'm kind. I'm loving. I'm caring. I'm passionate. I'm trustworthy. I'm reliable. I'm responsible. I'm willing to pivot, you know? So, ooh, no makeup on my face. I thought a tear went down. But yeah, so I hope that answered that question. Ooh, this is a cute question. This is the one I was looking for. If you could star in any Broadway musical, what would it be? What's your favorite musical you've seen on or off Broadway? My favorite musical is Color Purple. I saw it in New York years ago. I love The Color Purple. It's my favorite musical. Also, Into the Woods is another favorite. But yeah, if I could star in a Broadway musical, it would be The Color Purple, probably. I know that's like old school, but like, I love The Color Purple. I'm sorry, I love it. I love it. It's something about it, like, yeah, you will never lie. You told Hoppo to beat me. I'm so weak. Anyway, child, not y'all's about to have me up here crying. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about like my schedule. I'm gonna do a whole separate video about scheduling as an entrepreneur, how I schedule, how I, take time off and all those things. I'm gonna do a whole video on that because I think that would be really helpful. I'm trying to find a good last question. There's so many questions. Where do you see content creation, creators, social media platforms going in 5 years? I'm gonna do a separate video on that. What's one thing you would tell yourself starting out on your influencer journey? I'm gonna throw in the legal journey as well. So on my lawyer influencer journey, what is one thing I would tell myself starting out? I would tell myself a few things. I would tell myself, never forget your motto. My motto is, what's for me is for me. That is my motto. That has held it down from day one. It has held it down. This is the matte lipstick. Hold on, I need some lip balm. I'm back. So, what is one thing I would tell myself? I would tell myself, don't forget your motto. What's for me is for me. I would tell myself, it really is going to work out. It really is going to work out. Trust your intuition and your gut. Stop overthinking. Because it's going to work out. It's going to work out even better than you think. I would tell myself to start that course even if you feel underqualified, because now I'm doing it. The Lawyer Influence Accelerator has been on my mind forever. I couldn't think of the name, but The idea has been in my mind for years. Well, ever since I quit 2020, so 2 years. I would tell myself, it's okay to try and fail, because that means you tried. Stop trying to overanalyze everything where it has to be this perfectly packaged thing before you launch it. Just launch it. It's okay to fail. You will learn from that failure and make it better. I would tell myself that even if people around you don't believe in what you're trying to do, do it anyway, because they'll be celebrating you and clapping when they see the results. I would tell myself to stop trying to shape shift so much that you lose yourself. Because being an influencer, being a content creator, and a lawyer is going to be a desired title. And yeah, I would tell myself that I love you. You deserve to be loved. You deserve healthy friendships, relationships. You deserve to prioritize you. It's not selfish. You deserve to say no. Say no, set the boundary, and stick to it. Because the people that love you and care for you will understand that, and they will appreciate you more when you're full. When you fill your cup, you can pour to them even more than you already do. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me take this hair down. Yeah, I'm giving no makeup. Period. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for just rocking with me through this crazy journey called life. Like, some of y'all have been here for years. Like I said, I started my channel in 2014, and I really like gained a following of like the wig kind of era was like 2015, 2016, and then I started law school in 2016, and y'all have just really seen my growth. And that's something that I love about YouTube and filming and photos and video. And no matter what, I don't care. Some people are like, why are you guys pulling your camera out? Because I can always go back and look at those memories. There will be moments where I'm gonna be grateful to have some memories with my friends and my family, and like the video with my mom. I'm gonna love being able to have those memories and to share it with people that can relate and show you that it's possible. It's possible. And we can do this together, and there's room for all of us. So I love you guys so much. And I feel like as a creator, it's hard to like really express. Like, I watch other creators when we say it, and it's like, we love you. It's a weird dynamic, but I really love you. I care about you. I appreciate you so much. Like, thank you for just letting me be me all these years, and the many forms that I become, and continue to watch me elevate. I really appreciate you guys. But if you don't know, you're about to find out. I always end my videos with an affirmation. So if you did make it this far, don't forget to thumbs up the video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share this video with family and friends. Comment below this affirmation if you made it this far in the video. I am worthy of a joyful and happy life. Because you are. And I just kind of came up with that, and I wanted something deeper, but that's really it. I want a joyful and happy life, and full life. Joyful, happy, and full life. And that can mean so many different things for different people. So whatever that means for you, let's run that back on top of it one time. Comment below this affirmation if you made this far in the video. I am worthy of a joyful, happy, and full life. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Later!